Very good afternoon to you and many thanks for joining us on Citizen at 1. I am Kirigo Ngarwa. The Appeals Chamber of the International Criminal Court has reversed the trial chamber's decision that had excused Deputy President William Ruto from attending all the sessions of his trial at the Hague-based court. The chamber ruled that the trial chamber erred in giving Ruto a blanket excusal. It says absence from court can take place only in exceptional circumstances and must not become a rule. Some of the limitations the chamber cited was that a decision on absence must be made on a case-by-case basis, and alternative measures including adjournment or rescheduling of the trials must be considered. The ruling was read by Justice Sang Hyun Song on behalf of the five-member bench.
Trial chamber in the present case interpreted the scope of its discretion too broadly and thereby exceeded the limits of its discretionary power. In particular, the trial chamber provided Mr. Ruto with what amounts to a blanket excusal before the trial had even commenced, effectively making his absence the general rule and his presence an exception. Furthermore, the trial chamber excused Mr. Ruto without first exploring whether there were any alternative options. Finally, the trial chamber did not exercise its discretion to excuse Mr. Ruto on a case-by-case at specific instances of the proceedings and for a duration limited to that which was strictly necessary.
Chief Justice William Mutunga has defended the independence and integrity of judges and magistrates, saying the days when individuals could influence the bench to rule in their favor are long gone. Speaking during the annual conference of the Kenya Magistrate and Judges Association at the Panari Hotel here in Nairobi this morning, Mutunga also warned that corruption is fighting back through sustained assaults on the characters of the judiciary's top officials.
In the past, the practice of interfering with the decisional independence of the judiciary was rampant. However, this interference was mainly political, and in the past 2 years, the transformation agenda has reclaimed the judiciary's political independence. I proclaim to you today that the season of brokerage and knowing people has ended. We are relaunching the judiciary transformation, and we expect judicial officers to lead the rebirth with even great vigor and confidence. Over the past 2 years, the administrative function has mutated quickly, with the risk that it has almost come to believe that it can exist on its own. I'm quite sure that the administrators are listening, wherever they might be, because when I looked at the Constitution, I didn't see any provision that talked of two heads of the judiciary.
Several schools in Baragoi in Samburu County remain closed following fresh fighting that has erupted in the area. Despite the heavy deployment of security personnel in the area, hundreds of locals have been forced to flee their homes.
Before 20th of October, a young man aged 7 years old was abducted from Kasei, or what we call Takaiwa village in Kasei division. And unfortunately, the boy was killed on 21st of October 2013.
Well, time to catch a breather now, but I'll be back with more local news as well as sports news. Don't go too far.